Hi friends, happy Wednesday. I am going to be doing this real pretty doodle heart today for y'all, and it is pre-recorded. Wanda and I are going to start doing more pre-recorded videos and mix them in with lives because some people just enjoy watching shorter videos, and don't worry, we'll still be doing some lives from time to time, so you'll still get to get together with us and visit and have fun. So I started out by drawing a heart with my pencil, and now I'm using PBO drawing gum, and I'm going to put that all the way around the heart and a pretty good coat of it because I'm going to be using a scruffy brush to apply my paint, and I didn't want to have to try to stay in the line, so I just decided to go ahead and put this glue down, and you have to let it dry. It dries pretty quick. When it's dry to the touch, then you can use it. So I'm just using a disposable eyeliner brush that you can get. There's a link. I'll try to put a link in the, if there's not already a link, I'll try to put one in for you to get it from Wanda's storefront, her Amazon storefront. I'm not sure if the PBO drawing gum is on her storefront. I'll have to check with her. So I'm taking one of her scruffy brushes, and this is a scruffy brush that she has in her shop, and it's a set of 4, and y'all, these are awesome. These are like the perfect brush for doing this kind of work. So I just took it and put some paint. Now the paint that I'm using as the base coat is the blue, the purple, and the light magenta from Wanda's acrylic line. So I just started out. I did speed this up a bit because I didn't, want y'all sitting there while I'm just like dab, 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 dab. Now after that dries, I am going over the top of it with our new clubbing series. So let me get up here and tell you what the names of these are. The blue one is House of Blues, and the purple one is Electric Euphoria, and then the pink one is, I'm not seeing it here, there it is. The pink one is Disco Diva. Now there's another color in the series called Groove Garden, which I didn't use, but they're so nice. They're high chrome, awesome colors. So I put that on the top, let it dry. Now I took off the PBO drawing gum, and you saw I just kind of rolled it off the rock, and it left the paint, some of the paint still attached. So I just took my little cutter tool, and I'm not really like scraping too much. I'm just barely touching the paint to get all that loose paint off the edges. And I just went real slow so that I didn't scrape my heart, and it's coming up. So I just took it slow and easy and just took off the pieces where they were loose. Now I'm taking a little sanding block, and all of these items are available in Wanda's shop. The little cutting tool, the little blocks, all the paints. And now I'm going to use my pencil, and I'm going to kind of sketch out my doodles. So I'm putting some doodles around the outside of the heart, and then I'll be doodling on the inside of the heart. Now this rock that I'm working on is from East Coast Santorini Cells, Heather Martin. And she has this line called Coasties, and this is like a 4-inch round coastie. Anyways, these are awesome. Totally awesome to do this kind of project on. So check her out. She's on Facebook, East Coast Santorini Cells. And join her group. She does lots of giveaways and different challenges in her group. And she's she's an awesome rock supplier. So I'm just using a Fons and Porter. It's actually like a fabric chalk pencil, but it's super cool. I love it. One of the best chalk pencils I've ever used. And if I can get a link, if Wanda's storefront has this in her, I will try to get you a link for any of the stuff that I use. I'm going to work on adding the links in. If it's not in her storefront, I'll either put it in her storefront or I'll just give you a link straight to the product. So I'm just doodling, I'm just like trying to decide what I want to do. And I did a heart and I'm adding some petals on it like a flower. And this project started out, I kind of had a guide of something from AI that I had done. And I kind of took that and worked in what I liked about it and then did my own thing on parts of it. So I'm just kind of sketching in little doodles here and there. And this is the fun part. It's relaxing and it doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be any kind of perfect way. It's just lines and leaves and just doodles. So you couldn't see it before too well on the outside because the pencil didn't show up. But now with my Posca 1MR in black, you'll be able to see the doodles now. The 1MRs are definitely my favorite pens to do any kind of writing or doodling or anything like that. Now, when I do my lettering, I do go back and forth between a 3M and a 1MR. The down thicker lines, I like to use my 3M most of the time. If I'm having to write small, then I just use the 1MR. But these definitely you want to have available for you to use. My phone's starting to get low on battery, so I'm going to plug it in. I just get on here and start doing this, and then it's like, oh yeah, my phone's about to die. So I hope y'all are having a good week so far. And just a little reminder, I will be making an event in the group for this premiere. And you will still be able to enter your hearts into the drawing. All you have to do is when you finish this tutorial, or it's really a paint along, as long as you have a heart with doodles, that's all that matters. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. But what you do is when you get done, go and post a picture in Creative Rock Art and Foil Techniques. That's the name of our Facebook group. And if you go to events, you should see the event listed at the top. And when you click on that, you can go into the event and you can make a post. So just post your pictures in there and you will be entered to win a prize. So we're still doing that, even though we're not live. We're still doing that.
I can make time to put out the rubbish bins.
So sorry about that. I thought I had stopped that timer and it's still going off. So I'm just going over all my chalk marks with my Posca 1MR in white this time. So you're going to want to get, if I were you, I would get all the 1MRs in every color because I used all of mine all the time. The colored ones, not as much as the white and black, but I tend to use my pink and purple ones a lot, sometimes my green. So I'm just going over all of these doodles. Now, you can seal your work like after you do the heart, you can seal your heart and then do your doodling. I did not seal my work, and I'll tell you why. I was going for a blended look, so from the blue into the purple into the pink. And when I put the doodling on the top, I wanted that color to kind of bleed through that white so that you could still see a change in the color even on the doodles. So I opted not to seal my work. But if you are using regular acrylic paint like Liquitex or one of those, or you're using something that or you don't want the look that I was going for, you can seal your work and then go do the doodles on the top. You can do a resin coat, a top coat, spray it. But if you spray it, you have to put quite a bit of layers of spray for it not to affect your white on top of that color, unless you're using like, some kind of, Liquitex Basics or something like that. But I used, I used shimmer shots. So my goal was for it to kind of bleed through and show off. And you can see the little white heart is starting to turn to light blue, and that's what I was going for. So now I'm taking the black, this is Copic, and these are like Copic multi-liners, I think is what they're called. And I'm just putting a little edge on the outside and the inside of these flower petals. Now I'm going to end up changing later in the video, and I'll point that out. But I just kind of didn't like, after I added something that I'll show you here in a minute, I didn't like the way that it looked with just the black, so I'll go in and do something different. But it's just a journey, when you're doing these doodle rocks and you're trying to, you have like a vision in your head, and it's a journey. So this is liquid pearls, and I wanted the little heart in the center of the flower to be puffy. So I put it on there, and it kind of like spurted out, which is the downside to these liquid pearls sometimes. So I just took my little dotting tool and just kind of like moved it around into a heart and tried to make it look a little bit better than how it was in the beginning. But I love that particular dotting tool I was using. I'll try to put a link if it's available. I'm not sure. I think it's I can't remember the name of that dotting lady. Lydia something. I'll leave a link in the description, or at least her name. So this is the Crystal Glow liquid gel that I'm putting on the flower petals because I wanted a little bit of sparkle on the flower petals. And once it dried, it really pulled up that color through it, through the bottom. So that's what I'm going to go in and change later. You're going to see that I go in and add more white. But I'm just adding the Crystal Glow to all the petals to add some little glitz and glam to it. Now I'm taking Luna Dust, and that is a glitter whip, and I'm adding it to the heart. And I'm also going to make like dots with it and just put it on top of as like a top dot to some of the white dots, and then just its own dot just to give a little sparkle when you move the rock around. These are some of the most fun rocks that I enjoy doing. They're very relaxing and fun and not stressful at all. And they're just enjoyable, and they're beautiful when you get done with them. So I hope that y'all paint one or two or a whole bunch of them. I love Luna Dust. It's just a beautiful glitter whip. It's definitely one that you want to have available all the time. Keep it in your stash. Okay, so this is where I am taking some white acrylic and using a super fine brush and just adding in a white line, because I felt like the flower petals had kind of like disappeared into the background a little bit. So I thought if I went through and outlined on the outside of the black outline with that brush, that it would kind of make it pop a little bit, and it did exactly like I wanted it to. So I was super happy with that decision. Now this super fine liner, they're available in Wanda's shop, and these are the gold handled ones, but it really doesn't matter which color you get. They all are, the brush part is the same. So I went ahead and outlined the puffy heart in the center also, and I'm outlining that heart. I'm also going to go and add dots on top of the black dots, and I'm going to add little white lines on top of the little leaves on all the black doodles that I put. And that just gives it some extra pizzazz, some more personality. This was a super fun rock to do. I thank y'all for watching with me, and I hope y'all give it a try. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm going back, and now I'm lining the inside of the petal just a little bit. That was a last minute decision, just a little bit, just to bring out that center part. Now the last part of this rock is Lilac Whisper. Y'all, these liquigels, y'all should definitely use them to your advantage. Like in this, it's such a beautiful, soft, glittery look, the Lilac Whisper is, and you can't really see it on video. It just doesn't show, but it's this gorgeous lilac, very fine, pretty glitter, and it was so complimentary to this heart. And here it is, all finished. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you give it a try. Y'all are awesome, and I can't wait to talk to y'all again soon. Bye bye.